Let's turn to the Doomsday couple case. Chad Daybell and his wife Lori Vallow are charged with multiple crimes, including first-degree murder for the deaths of Lori's two children, JJ and Tylee. Lori also faces conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of her former husband, Charles Vallow. Lori's brother, Alex Cox, said he shot and killed Charles Vallow, but that it was in self-defense in Chandler, Arizona. Now, police in Arizona have released all of their files from the investigation into Charles Vallow's death, and part of that is a video of police questioning 16-year-old Tylee the day that Charles was killed. This interview happened in July of 2019. Tylee was last seen in public 2 months later in September of 2019. She ended up, of course, dead just a few months after this video. Take a listen.
So I woke up probably around like 7:50, I want to say, because I heard yelling from like right outside my door. And I don't even know where, but I immediately like jumped up, and I have a baseball bat because when I was living at my uncle's by myself, I just wanted something to like feel safer, and I'm not old enough to get like pepper spray or anything, so I was like, okay, I'll get a baseball bat. So I have that.
So your bedroom, you said that right outside your bedroom door, and I didn't go in the house, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. So what is your bedroom door open to? My
bedroom door open, so the room that my uncle was staying in, the room that's kind of like the guest room, if my room's right here, that's right there.
Okay.
And then my little brother's room, and then kitchen's kind of back here, so it's like a little hallway, and then right here is kind of where everything happened.
Okay.
Like the big, you walk in and...
Like big great room, kind of living room?
Yeah, right now it just has mirrors up because my mom wanted a dance room, so yeah.
Okay.
Kind of unconventional, but...
Hey, whatever makes you happy, it's your guys' house, so...
Right, so yeah, I immediately just jumped up and I grabbed my baseball bat and I opened the door, and it was my stepdad, you know, outside the doorway, and then my uncle kind of in the doorway, and then I could hear my mom behind him, and he was just screaming at both of them, like, I don't even know what he was saying, because honestly I was just too, like wired, I guess. So I told him to take a few steps back. I was like, you're too close, you need to step back, and he was like, don't tell me what to do, and I just kind of just stood there, and then my uncle kind of moved out of the way, and then my mom kind of went past him and into like the big room where everything happened, and so I walked with them, and then
So they were more in the hallway?
Yeah, they were at like the end of the hallway, basically, and so my mom walked all the way around, and he kind of followed them, and I just kind of stood. My uncle was like right here, and then my stepdad right here, and then me and my mom were kind of right here. And I didn't do anything with the baseball bat, I kind of just held it there, and he was getting really close to my mom, so I kind of stuck it out like between them, and they were both just yelling, and he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're gonna go to jail, and I just kind of stood there with the baseball bat, and I didn't really say anything.
When you said they were yelling, who was yelling?
It was mostly my stepdad.
Okay.
Well, he was really the only one like yelling. My mom was kind of like responding, but I honestly couldn't tell you what they were saying. It was kind of just like all jumbled up in my head. And so I just kind of stuck the baseball bat out there, and then he just grabbed it and tried to take it. So I held on to the end, and then eventually I fell, and he kind of took it into his hands like he was going to do something with it, and that's when...
So when you fell, he ended up with the bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I fell to the ground, and then my uncle kind of like, I saw him take a step back, so my uncle, I think, grabbed him and kind of took him back so he couldn't like do anything.
You saw your stepdad like take a step back?
Take a step back, because he was really close
to
begin with, and then and so my mom said to go with JJ, and so I ran out the door, and then I kind of just stood there with my little brother. He was in the front seat of the car, and so I just kind of opened the door and just stood there, and like, he was trying to get out, and I was like, no, we have to stay. We have to stay in. And I was like, oh, like, I told him, like, do you want to go in the Jeep? And then he was like, no, and then I realized that my car was blocked in, so I couldn't anyways. I was like, okay, like, just stay here, and then eventually my mom came out, and then we left from there.
To kind of back up a little bit, so you had talked about your stepdad, when you put the bat out, your stepdad was coming towards your mom. Can you describe to me a little bit better kind of what was going on there? Like, is there a reason you put the bat up?
Yeah, he was walking towards my mom, and I just didn't want him to do anything, so I kind of just stuck out the bat. Like, my mom was right beside me, and he was right there, so it wasn't, like, between them.
Okay.
It was kind of just, like, I just stuck it out to be, like, keep your distance, kind of.
When you say you didn't want him to do anything, what did you think he was going to do?
Hit her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, for the most part, been pretty, like, mundane, but there have been a few, like, violent times with him when I was really scared that he was going to hit me or hit my mom, like, just because everything was kind of crazy. Me and him have always kind of not gotten along, like, just since I was little. And so there have been a few times that we've gotten in fights and stuff like that, and so, so I'm just kind of always scared of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so that happened, and he grabbed the bat from you. So kind of tell me that again real quick.
So I kind of stuck it out, and this is when he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're going to jail, and I didn't say anything because I'm like, okay. And so I'm holding it by, like, the end of the bat, like, the place where you hold it, and so he kind of took it, and I kind of, like, lunged forward and kind of lost, like, my footing. And so my mom was like, just let go, and so, I kind of, like, slipped and I fell, kind of on, like, my side.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from that, my mom said to go to the car, so I just got up and ran out the door.
Tylee Ryan, in her own words, a few months before her death. Her mother is accused of murder, accomplice to murder for her own daughter's death, for Tylee's death, but she's also accused of being an accomplice to murder in this case in Arizona for the stepfather that she was talking about. That was Lori Vallow's husband, Charles Vallow. She's facing murder charges in that one. And Dave Ehrenberg, Kim Benjamin, Dave Ehrenberg still with us. Dave Ehrenberg, this seems like it actually will help Lori Vallow, her daughter, who she's accused of also, murdering or being involved with her murder. What Tylee is saying, though, kind of helps Lori's story, does it not? And from the grave, it would be ironic, but this could be played in front of a jury and in this separate case. It might help Mom.
Yeah, it could. That's the first time I've seen anything that would show that the death of Charles Vallow was indeed a self-defense case, because the police ruled it self-defense and then they closed the matter. They didn't have the benefit of looking at that death in the context of all the other deaths that were going on and all the crazy behavior from the Doomsday cult, and so they closed it out. But that's the first evidence I've seen that would justify the police to declare this self-defense. Now, I think otherwise because I have the benefit of looking at it in the context of all the other deaths, but you can see how that would be quite persuasive testimony.
Yeah, I mean, from the other view, it's like, she was coached by Mom to say these things about the bat. Here's Lori Vallow talking that same day about Charles. She says he was going berserk.
He goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Tylee and I have had to leave with JJ over the years probably 5 times and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off, like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ and he's special needs and it's really hard. Like, it's even hard to take care of by yourself.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling
nuts
and screaming,
like breaking
like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides like grabbing us or pushing us, but not like punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical before, and with my grown son.
Kim Benjamin, this is such a convoluted case that our viewers are into it because they know all the details. A jury, though, in Arizona, for just the death of Charles Vallow, may or may not get all of the other parts of this, likely won't get it all. when you look at both of these interviews, what are your thoughts in terms of if at the end of the day these are going to help the state or maybe help the defendant, Lori Vallow?
I think that at the end of the day, the videos do help the defendant in that case because, especially with the young girl, because she is not necessarily there to help her mom. It doesn't appear she was coached. In fact, she talks about, I needed a bat to feel safe. I mean, what child talks like that? She said, I'm too young for pepper spray. I mean, she clearly did not feel safe in her own home, and she was telling a very detailed, descriptive story without a lot of leading. The person who was interviewing her was asking general, open-ended questions and giving her a chance to tell her story. And it's the sign of a good interview when the person being interviewed is doing most of the talking. So in both of those interviews, you saw people telling what can lead to a very good self-defense case if the jury gets to hear both videos and not have the outside cases and the other cases interfere with their ability to make their decision.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking to see her in that interview, knowing what happened to her eventually just a few months later. The fascinating case that will continue, of course, to